Have high grocery prices got you down? Why are these prices rising?
Yeah, the high cost of fuel is hitting some local stores hard, and that's starting to trickle down, beefing up the price of food. Yes, the local stores we talked to say there has been a direct impact with the spike in gas prices impacting food prices.
Why did this rise in oil prices occur? This chart reveals the price of oil fell, then jumped dramatically near the beginning of 2020. Why did this happen? In 2019, because of the coronavirus pandemic, less oil was used and the oil supply spiked. Russia and OPEC met in December and agreed to a March production cut, projected to be 2.2 million barrels a day. However, in February 2019, merely weeks before this meeting, President Trump placed sanctions on Russia's largest oil producer, Rosneft. And then in March, Russia walked out of the scheduled meeting, which began a price war. Why did Putin walk out? According to sources, it was because of the advice of his close friend, the president of Rosneft.
At a meeting of OPEC Plus members on March 6, Russia informed Saudi Arabia it would not agree to its request for another production cut to support oil prices amid a fall in global demand. Sechin, a close associate of President Vladimir Putin, was reportedly behind Russia's decision.
Putin's friend Sechin, the president of Russia's largest oil company, was reportedly behind the price war. The company President Trump levied an embargo against only weeks before Russia's meeting with OPEC. This caused the oil supply to greatly increase, and the gas price fell, and some smaller oil companies went out of business. As the price of crude oil fell, the stock market crashed. After this, President Trump threatened to cut military aid to Saudi Arabia unless they cut oil production. He then negotiated a meeting between OPEC and Russia.
There's a tremendous oversupply right now. That industry was oversupplied before the virus, and when the virus came along, they lost 35-40% of the world. So it would be great for Russia. It would be great for Saudi Arabia. I hope they make that deal.
This meeting ended with the largest supply cut in history. Instead of cutting 2.2 million barrels of oil a day, President Trump negotiated a 10 million barrel cut per day. Oil prices immediately spiked. Remember the oil price chart? It reveals the price fell because of the price war, but spiked at the exact time Donald Trump oversaw these negotiations. Donald Trump negotiated a larger oil cut because of the crash he helped create by going after Russia's largest oil company only weeks before the negotiations. Wouldn't it have been smarter to wait until the negotiations were over? Since that time, President Biden has attempted to get OPEC to increase production, and they have refused. The nations Donald Trump threatened and sanctioned have now teamed up against us, continuing to cut production, now cut by 1/5. This is the reason for these high gas prices and the high inflation, and it began with Donald Trump.
So it would be great for Russia. It would be great for Saudi Arabia. I hope they make that deal.
They did make that deal. It was good for Russia, and it was good for Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately, it was not good for the United States.